we have the means to study something close.
Alex is like, oh shit, I better mute myself.
If this would be...
Wait, where's that coming from? Oh, that's coming from Ivar. What a dope. He gets put into the corner because his camera's off. Well, we're back with the A team, the more notorious, well, the less notorious pirates. Although the 2-part one shot that we did while Alex was on break was kind of fun because kind of introduced the idea that maybe their characters may come across each other at some point. Don't know. Maybe, possibly.
I think they have something we want.
Yeah, there's no way Scallywag's gonna let that thing go. Never. Scallywag, give me that. Give me that. I'm giving it. I'm giving that.
Just think what Slick could do with it.
I know, right? Well, where we last left off, the team having followed to the runes of illusion to check on Captain, the captain that I was just pulling up my notes on, Captain Sable, discovered that not only was the captain and crew gone, the snake was dead, and the ship out in the harbor was gone as well. As it seemed that the captain thought that the team had been eaten by the snake, as the remains of 5 or 6 other unfortunate individuals had spilled out of the snake during the battle. The team now seemed to be marooned on this island of knowledge. They harvested some materials from the snake and decided to make for the mysterious village that was on the island because they'd found a map. It seems that the island went by the name of Saltway. Once there, the team realized that maybe a previous crew a long time ago had been marooned here as well. They found the underground cove where a old ship called the Red Tide was at moor and looked pretty bedraggled, needed quite a bit of repair. But the team, searching the surrounding village and the surrounding encampments of the underground cove, took it upon themselves to spend about a week making refit and repairs. They then managed to get the ship afloat and began their first morning's journey as the ship was sailing out of the cove and away from the cove entrance. And I believe that's precisely where we last left off. You guys are now on the ship known as the Red Tide, built for a larger crew, but for now there's a crew of 5 on a rather large vessel. It's early morning. You're currently at sea on the coastal regions of the Island of Knowledge. What would you guys like to do?
Squick's gonna go to his little makeshift laboratory workshop, yeah.
Okay.
And start putting together the 2 schools of magic that he was able to collect. I still need a couple more to finish it, but he's just gonna start the prototype on that.
We're doing intelligence for you, right? Because you're intelligence based.
He's very intelligent.
Wisdom based.
No, he's intelligent.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check as you start to assemble the schematic and put your plan in motion.
Oh, nat 20 for 23.
Nice. I think whenever you tinker, though, you get your proficiency, right?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Tools of the trade, right tool for the job, as Steve's tools. Gain proficiency. No, that's not one. Infusions, infuse item, magical tinkering. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. So 23, 24, so 25.
25. The ship is separated into 3 sections. There's the cargo hold, there's the main hold, and then there's the upper hold, like right underneath the deck. The main hold is where the workshop is. The cargo hold is nothing but an empty kind of space where you guys have you were able to gather up some spare parts, spare equipment, and some spare material from the Saltway Village and kind of tucked it away down in that cargo space. The main hold is the living quarters, the workshop, as well as where the galley is. And then the upper hold is where the common space is. The upper hold is also where there are 4 gunwales, 2 on each side. The upper deck, obviously fitted with the main mast, the helm's deck, the captain's quarters, the tiller, and everything, all the machinations of the ship. For you, it's interesting, Slick. As you sit here kind of organizing your thoughts around the schematic, for the briefest of moments, you felt like someone was watching you. But you can hear Bungo over in the galley. Zephora and Kunlin are up in the helm's deck as they were trying to figure out how best to manage the ship with no crew yet. Mordain, where do you think Mordain would be during this first morning part of the journey?
I think Mordain would try and get as close to the lower deck to watch out into the water, to just connect with the depths.
So up on like the main bow of the ship, almost like a Titanic moment where you're just up on that main bow and watching the ship cut through the waves as you're kind of like
continuing to lose my mind. Yes.
Yeah. It's a short journey.
I'll paint you, Mordain, like the French girls.
But I am not French. I am German.
Oh.
Like
she says with a French accent.
Yeah. I am not French. I am German.
What are French girls and why do you paint them? And what color do you paint them?
The French are German as soon as the Germans attack.
That's not where you were going before you finished that sentence.
Yeah. Dark corners of the world. That's where Ivar is from.
They might come and help us to, in our next revolution.
Again. Again, yeah.
Again.
The French or the Germans?
The French.
Hey!
The French. D&D night, folks. D&D night. Let's get back to it. Let's get
back. What are you guys talking about?
Slick. So, describe what you're working on, what you're trying to make it do.
I haven't figured that out. I'm trying to make something. So this all started when Bungo first failed his first magic roll and turned into a block of cheese, right? And Slick saw that, right? And I mean, he didn't realize it was Bungo, but after he realized it was Bungo,
I can turn people into food.
Yeah, it's just the whole chaotic magic. He was very interested by that, he sees it as an interesting branch of the eternal alchemy. So he was like, I'm sure I can find a way to harness, or if I get samples of all the different testicles of magic, I can come up with some contraption that can help with his counteract it or give him a better roll or something like that to help, so he doesn't turn into a block of cheese again. And actually gets a beneficial thing instead of a negative thing. So I'm working towards that. Being that it's such a big thing, I'm not just going to make it overnight. I'm trying to do a journey thing for it. Obviously.
Right.
But Bungo doesn't. What does Bungo wear?
Bungo wears leather.
Leather? So I'm going to make him a timepiece, one of those little pocket watches with the chain.
Cast off
that. Okay. I meant style-wise. I wasn't going to give you a hat. I was originally going to give you a cap.
It's like the black leather cross bands that go like this, and then
Bungo would be appreciative of whatever you give him.
Okay. I think being a tinkerer, I think a timepiece probably makes sense, but have it make it look like it's for a druid. so that when he clicks the stopwatch, it can activate and then kind of do its thing.
How about some kind of weird mechanical sundial, moondial?
Sundial, moondial. There we go. There you go.
Makes total sense.
So that's the one.
As you're in the midst of organizing the pieces and the intricacies of the device, you can hear Bungo banging away in the galley, like cleaning the galley.
That damn rat!
And then you hear the sound.
Burgers!
You hear the sound of like sploosh into a pot of stew. But there's kind of a creepy feeling like you're being watched. Like you can't get over it. It's like this is a big ship. It doesn't have a full complement of crew yet. So Kunlun and Zephora are up on that main deck. You can hear Bungo. You're not really sure where Morndane is, but he's kind of weird. So he's, you'd be aware if he was around because he's kind of super goth, and that wouldn't surprise you if he was around.
Mhm.
But you just have this strange sensation that you're being watched.
Okay. Every few seconds while he's working on his schematics or whatever,
Yeah.
he has a little jar of ink and like that he uses for his schematics or whatever. And he's just going to like every few seconds he'll stop and like splash some ink in a direction and then splash some ink in another direction, thinking it might be an invisible person.
Right.
Or just because he needs scientific proof. He can't just go off of like feelings. He's got to go off of proof that someone's there. So he's just like, are you over here? Nope. So he's just
Give me a
I'm probably
perception.
making a mess.
Yeah. Give me a
But-
perception check while you're doing that.
Perception. Dirty 20.
30-20. Where the main mast comes through the center of the ship, it goes all the way down to the main hold, way down below. And just for the briefest of moments, you thought you saw the outline of some kind of spectral or ghostly visage of a person, although it wasn't very clear, wasn't very well defined, just momentarily there. And you kind of stare at it for a moment. It's when you notice that there are carvings on the mast itself, like where it's and the mast is huge, and you begin to realize there's carvings on there. And at first you're like staring at the carvings, you swear you saw a ghost. You're like, I saw something, but it was just so quick and so fast. You're not entirely sure. Mordain, give me a charisma save, if you would, please.
7.
7. Very
How did I
unusual.
get 7?
Very unusual for a warlock.
Roll a 2.
Yeah, that would not be unusual for Michael. So yeah, there's that. Mordain, as you're leaning out over the where the bow finishes with the figurehead that's down below and kind of overlooking, you're able to lean on it and experience the full nature of the water. Like the water's pretty rough. Zephora and Kunlun haven't set a course yet, so they're just kind of following the coast of the island currently. It's slamming into the bow, coming up and over. There's a moment where you felt as if many hands were on your shoulders and arms, as if to hold you in place or to pull you back from the edge of the bow. You quickly look over your shoulder, and way back at the rear of the ship, you could see where Zephora and Kunlun are up by the helm's deck. You're not sure where Bungo and Slick are. It distracts you for a moment. And as you turn away, down, even though the ship is moving at like maybe 7 or 8 knots currently, just cutting through the water. You can see faces and figures in the foam of the water as it's cutting through the water. It's strange. Like, and as you look, you can't help but notice that you don't remember seeing it before, but ever since you guys left the cove, you're beginning to notice things. The hull has carvings on it. You can, as you look down the bow, you can see strange carvings like names and dates and strange little kind of almost like graffiti like carvings that you don't quite remember seeing, but they're there. And there's this urge, this pull coming towards you from the water, but these hands seem to prevent you from just plunging into the water. They hold you back. There's a back and forth going on between you and some kind of ghostly force, and you got to shake your head just in time to watch some dolphins kind of cut through the water and kind of break you out of this vision that you were seeing.
No, it was so beautiful.
Kunlin, you and Zafora are back on the main helm's deck. You've taken more of an interest in trying to figure out how the helm works. Give me perception or investigation as you examine the helm's deck to get more familiar with it.
Natural 20 plus 6. I also have efficacy. I mean, whatever ability with navigator tools.
Yep.
Proficiency with navigator tools.
You guys do have some maps. I believe you had found some maps in the captain's quarters that offered you some opportunities. So far, the hour or so that the ship has been kind of like sailing around the island just to test it, make sure it's working. The sails are holding, so the repairs seem to be working. The helm is responding pretty well. The repairs done to the massive tiller that helps, the ship stick to its course. The 120 foot long by 20 foot wide vessel handles pretty decently. The helm's wheel will every now and then kind of tug at your hand, but you're able to adjust and move the course. As you're doing that, you actually know where everybody is because you can see Mordain up at the bow. Zafora is standing right next to you, kind of at the chart table with the charts out, just kind of examining them while you're getting a feel for the helm's deck. You know that Slick is down in the workshop, and you know his Bungo is in the galley, probably cooking or working on the galley in general. You look up, and somebody is, for a brief moment, someone is staring down at you from the crow's nest. You see a bluish white outline of a face as if it's looking up and over the edge of the crow's nest down towards the main deck. It seems to mimic as if it's pointing. Its mouth opens as if it's wanting to shout land ho, and then it just disappears, evaporates. It's there and then gone. Bungo, the galley is small, but for you, no big deal. You're used to small places. You're used to small areas that you find yourself working in. But the galley is covered in graffiti. You could tell whoever the previous cook was that they would actually write down their recipes in the wall itself, in the woodwork of the galley. Carefully carving with chisel and hammer these quick 5 or 6 line recipes. You managed to collect as many of the pots and pans that you could. You've getting the brazier fires cleaned out, getting the water barrels cleaned out. Like, just
I
spending
taste
the
all of
morning.
molds and spores to see if they have a good taste to use as seasonings.
I mean,
anything.
Give me a nature check as you're examining the condition of everything.
No, 8.
8.
So everyone's gonna have the shits.
The mold, fungus, and everything that you're finding, that all this last minute stuff that you're cleaning, is probably not going to live very long, as the salt water and the salt air are now more permeable into the ship and making its way into the woodwork and everything about the ship. You can hear Slick out in the workshop not too far from you, maybe a good 100 feet away. He seems to be talking to himself again. He's really good at talking to himself. He does that a lot. But as you stand there kind of assembling the noon's meal, right, the midday meal, you just can't shake that feeling. Like, you didn't have this feeling during the repairs of the ship. You didn't have any kind of feeling of foreboding or concern. But it does. It feels like you're being watched. And every now and then you turn to look. Give me a perception check, Bungo.
10.
You swear you can hear the clanking of glasses. You can hear the clanking of metal tankards. You can hear laughter. You can hear people rolling dice, a raucous kind of back and forth. And then as soon as you turn to look over your shoulder, it's quiet again. All you can hear is Slick cussing at whatever device that he's trying to assemble or to get under control.
What do ghosts eat? I'm musing. What do ghosts eat? Should I put out some kind of spirit offering? There's a bunch of dead crew members.
Yeah, give me a religion
that
check.
Left. Well, it's going to be whatever it is. 10.
10. 2 10s in a row. I think that means something. Ghost.
I'll put out some ale and just some bread and cheese and just leave it out.
The only thing that you know that ghosts truly don't like is salt.
Salt?
We're
in the freaking salt water.
Well, they don't like offerings of salt. They see that as a bad omen. But you definitely feel like the ship is haunted. Either it's haunted now because of leaving the cove, and that has created this sense of a haunting. It feels like as you put together a quick meal that you would serve a sailor, and you set it on a table, and then you find yourself back in the galley doing the final preparations of the midday meal. There is the sound of cutlery, the sound of a group of people eating, drinking, yelling, being kind of back and forth with each other. And you look over your shoulder.
Any kind of a song, I'll join in with them.
Yeah, a song never really kicks in, but as you look over your shoulder, the food's gone. It's no longer on the plate. Plate's empty. What are we using for your cooking skill, Bungo?
I think we're using wisdom, con, and
yes, wisdom, con, and I believe performance or sleight of hand.
Yes, I think it was performance.
So for the remainder of the day, give me a wisdom check.
Five.
Now give me a con check with disadvantage.
7.
And then give me a performance check with disadvantage.
17.
17.
No, 18. They were both 18. Doubles.
Nice. The food's not great. The recipe is so-so. But once again, you manage to put together a meal that you think everybody on the ship will enjoy. Zephora, you're watching as Kunlun is steering the ship. Mordain is at the bow. Slick is down in the workshop. Bungo's in the galley. Although Mordane's kind of weird up on the bow. Seems to be lost in some kind of vision. But that's not too unusual for him. There is something about this ship that's changed ever since you left the cove. You watch as Kunlun stares at something in the crow's nest, but you see that it's empty. Mordane takes a moment as if to maybe interact with something that's not there. For whatever reason, Slick is always loud. So you can hear Slick down below, hammering away at the workbench, yelling about the inadequacy of tools and the annoyance of parts. Bungo squishes a rat and declares there's meat on the menu again. But there's, like, ever since leaving the cove, and the vessel's been sailing now for a couple hours, there's a feeling about the ship that you can't shake. There's something about it that feels different than when you first interacted with it in the cove. It doesn't necessarily feel nefarious. It just, your skin is crawling with goosebumps, and that never happens to you. To you, this ship feels like it's alive, like it's breathing, like it's actually enjoying this journey, like it's been caged and maintained in the bowels of that cove for too long, and the ship feels elated to you. It feels like a vessel that is thanking you and the others with this first voyage, an energy, a sentience about it. And when you look over, it's the first time that you realize where the sounding bell should be that would sound the changing of the guard, the sounding of sailors coming on and off duty, the helm sounding that maybe the helmsperson would use to indicate a change in course, sits there empty. Two wooden brackets where the bell would clearly sit in between the two wooden brackets. You also notice that the pulley rope on the main mast is missing. It was never there to begin with, but there's no flag to fly. There's no sense of a flag to fly. The two ballistas are in okay shape, but the two small catapults or mangles that are amidship facing opposite directions, they're in rough shape, but by far the worst are the four cannons. The two gunwales on the right, the two gunwales on the left. Those cannons are rusted, solid, cracked, not even functional. For now, you begin to realize the only thing this vessel has to defend itself is the five of you and some okay equipment, a large ship. I mean, Zephora is staying there alongside Kunlun. Where's this ship heading? Where's it go? Where is it going to go?
Is someone actually at the helm?
Yeah, Kunlun is.
Kunlun. Let go of the wheel.
Aye, aye.
I feel like that's an admission that Zephora's now the captain.
Hey, no, they already was talking about that the last game we played. I was like, what the hell? You guys are punishing Zephora. Nope, you're the captain. Shit.
Well, our last captain was brooding and taciturn, so
yeah, that's true. You're used to it.
The moment that Kunlun lets go of the wheel,
Mhm.
it doesn't spin out of control. It just sits in the course that he had set it on, and it stays that course. The wind kind of is definitely kind of blowing across the main deck. You would feel some kind of leaning to the left or right, starboard or port, from the wind kind of coming across the mast. The mast sails are full of wind. You can see the mast is kind of like creaking back and forth. but the wheel holds firm. It doesn't move, doesn't fall out of position.
I'm gonna turn it a few degrees, and then I'm gonna get on that course, and then I'll let go of it and see what happens.
You turn it that few degrees, and as the boat just lists just slightly to the right as you turn it, takes a few minutes for it to make the full turn. It stays there. Doesn't budge. It holds its course that you set it to. And just for a brief moment, you and Kunlun watch as a kind of ghostly outline appears of a figure steering the ship just for a brief moment, just the briefest of moments. And then it disappears again.
I'm just going to say out loud, I think this ship needs a bell. We need to go find its bell.
There's
Okay.
a moment where you and Kunlun hear a very soft, "Hey, Captain, it's a good idea."
Shit. We have a fucking ghost crew. Hey, at least we don't have to hire a bunch of assholes. We already got some.
So
We got
have
a
we
bunch of free
been
assholes. Yay.
have we been having to adjust the sails, or are they kind of correcting themselves for like tacking and stuff?
Yeah, it's
You
weird.
know, you're-
I mean,
wish
you're
you
down
took
below
for
in the
it.
galley, so you're not really sure. But I'd say at this point, Bungo, you'd come up with the midday meal to give it to Zephora and Kunlun. And as you're coming up, you recognize the wind is now hitting the sails hard enough that, like, there should be crew up there manning the sails and adjusting for the wind. And it seems to be doing it on its own. And just for a brief moment, you can see the outline of ghostly figures, like, up in the sails. And you can hear them yelling and kind of cursing at each other. What you doing over there? What? Mind your tills. Mind your tills. And it just kind of drifts down and echoes as you kind of bring up a big tray of food, set it down on the chart table over by Zephora and Kunlun.
Hey, Captain.
Where are all the?
Captain, did you sneak down and grab the food that I put out earlier?
God, no. It smells horrible.
Kunlun?
No.
No.
I know it wasn't Slick because I could hear him the whole time.
It
Where's
smells like we're
Mordane?
going to have rat again.
Mordane!
What?
Did you grab that plate that I put out earlier?
You mean this plate? Whoops! It's a plate for the sea.
The food?
Yeah.
Did you eat the food off the plate?
The suit has to eat too.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you. Can you be invisible?
Only if you don't pay attention.
All
I
right.
like that line. Only if you don't pay attention.
Did you guys see those ghosts up in the rigging?
No.
Yes, I need to do something about it, please. Maybe hold some.
I nudged Kunlun. No, we didn't see anything. What's wrong with you, Bungo?
All kinds of stuff. Enjoy your meal.
That'll be hard. As I see just like a rat's ass with a tail and two feet sticking out of the porridge.
Shut up, your fucking snake. That's what you eat.
That's what you eat.
You want them raw.
And wiggly.
Does Bungo come back downstairs?
But this size halfling is good.
Yeah.
I know.
Rat just doesn't do it for it anymore.
Yeah,
Bingo.
let me grab you a plate real quick.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
It's like instead of having a chicken, you have one of those little miniature hens.
I think
Cornish.
we've been
Just
boarded by invisible aliens.
Wait, no, he wouldn't know what an alien is.
Invisible spatial invisible.
Scientific barble. comes
Who's
out of my mouth.
talking?
Slick.
Oh, is it slick or sleek?
Sleek.
I measure sleek, and if he's not up so
corporeal,
far, I throw him out the side.
corporeal
No,
spirit energies.
too small.
Spirits. I've
Hmm.
been hearing things. I think the ship's haunted. I put out an offering, it went away. Might have been Mordain, but I'm not so sure because
I will do service
super
with
fast and
incense.
super sneaky.
I want to do service to figure out what transpired here.
Well,
Crew!
You're upstairs. You're not hearing our comment.
I'm just gonna yell out, "Crew, man the guns!"
Do we have guns?
Yes.
I mean, the only armaments that are on the main deck are the two Mangarels and the two ballista. The cannons don't work anymore. But as soon as Sephora yells that out, you watch as the two ballistas are up on the helm's deck. One is pointed opposite of each other. You watch as suddenly they begin to load. The ropes are being pulled taut. You watch as ballista bolts are being picked up and set into the rails of the ballista. You can also see the tension on the ropes being wheeled back on the two mongrels down below on the main deck that are facing opposite as well. You watch as a huge iron and stone rock is like set into the bucket of each of the mongrels, and they, you hear this discordant, like soft, "Hey, Captain."
Mm.
We hear
Stand
that below decks.
Yeah, wherever you are in the ship, you're now hearing just this dissonant kind of soft, either in unison or one by one. Every now and then, ghostly figures appear, but then disappear, almost like they can't purposely hold their form. But it would appear that Zephora is in control of whatever this crew is or whatever it's doing.
Slick comes running up the stairs.
Captain, we've been boarded! We've been boarded! They're everywhere!
Couldn't goes and looks for a chapel of some sort, or something that can be a chapel or Zendo or whatever.
I mean, you could always make a kind of Zen area down in the main hold, but
There's a non-denominational.
I mean, during the many days
down
of
there.
repairing the vessel, you don't remember seeing any kind of place that would be considered a place of worship.
Okay, so he makes like a little area where he sits on a cushion. He puts out other cushions for those who want to join him. He lights some incense. Like
What is this offering?
No fire on a. There's no fire on a ship.
It's
Let's
incense.
pretend
It's
there's
more of a
incense.
coal than fire. Well, the only place a fire is usually allowed is down in the galley.
also, it's stuck in the in sand,
Yeah, you can have a corner of the galley.
and then he just gets like drunk, like just downs as much alcohol as he can, and then sits down and starts meditating.
Give me a con save, if you would, please.
Natural 20 plus 2.
Jeez.
You took all my luck. I rolled like shit. Too. Now you get
That turtleneck took all your luck. Get that thing off immediately.
No, let's just say it, buddy.
By the way, D6 inspiration for sporting the excellent sweater,
and cane,
Mordain. It reminds me of oh God, what's that movie
Dressing
with
up for all
Sheldon?
your dates in the
No,
70s?
no. What's the series with Sheldon?
Oh, young Sheldon.
Big Bang Theory?
Big Bang Theory. Yeah, it
Big Bang
reminds me of how they would always dress in different time periods throughout the show. Like they never dressed their modern time. Like what's his name with the bowl haircut? Who was the astronaut? I mean, he's clearly trying to. Yeah, he was always trying to look like the one of the Beatles or the Monkees. With the belt buckle and the white belt. And
They're the only
tight
people I know
turtleneck.
that live in
He
LA
was
that
Mr.
wear thick
Turtleneck
shirts.
as well.
Morning,
Turtlenecks
you
and
can
dickies.
see the figures now, but they're ghostly. You could see ghostly figures over by the equipment. You could see them up in the mainsail. You could see them drift. Every time Zephora like yells at the emptiness of the ship, you can see them clear as day. The others are struggling to see them, but with your warlock background, you're now having no problem seeing this crew. They are, yeah, and they react like they notice that you can see them. And as you're kind of like walking through their ghostly forms, you're picking up on what they look like. Some clearly died of disease. Some have like grievous wounds that they obviously died from. Like this is a crew that died on the ship.
I would convey this like not in like a normal way, but like he's so ecstatic. He's just hold on, let me read my notes. So I got a role play.
Yeah, go for it.
Who's all on deck?
All right, so Mordane's pretty much just gonna be like ecstatic. He is just exuberant. He's even more crazy than usual, and he just starts waltzing around through them. And as he goes through like a ghost where he sees like where they got killed, so if they died by a spear in the chest, he's gonna pass through it and just like kind of like verbalize it. So he's doing a storytelling dance.
You guys are watching as Mordane is walking from the bow of the ship up towards the helm's deck, but his eyes are glazed over. Like you could tell that he's lost in some kind of vision around him. And it is... he is acting out how each of these crew have died. He passes under the mainmast, looking up at the sails, and you could tell that the crew up in the sails were shot. They're covered in signs of wounds from being shot by cannon or grape shot. One particular ghost that's manning one of the ballistas, their head clean off. Still, some have died from disease. And Mordane, his whole time, kind of walking the main deck to finally reach the helm's deck, where Zephora is, just kind of acts out. And you begin to visualize the idea of this crew's death. Slick, are you up on the main deck now after coming up from below?
Yeah, because I was running up yelling that we've been boarded.
Yeah. Bungo, are you still on the main deck, or did you go back down to the galley?
Slick called me in, and then he ran up to the deck, so I'll follow him.
Yeah. So all four of you are now up on the main deck. While you guys have a hard time seeing the apparitions, they only ever come into existence briefly. But Mordane stands there on the helm's deck and begins to tell you, and he begins to count. There is a crew of 40 that are on the ship.
Wow.
There's a feeling that these ghostly remains are tethered to the ship for whatever reason, whether it's by curse, whether it's by fate. It would appear that for now, the ship is acting as if Zephora is captain. She stepped into the role, barking out orders, and these ghostly figures seem to be responding to that.
Make Bungo walk the plank.
You feel
to see if I feel any.
Yeah, like you hear this like ghostly laughter. You guys watch as Bungo is now levitating and being carried over to the railing. You watch as a 6 foot length of wood is strung out onto the edge of the railing, and he's set on the railing. You can feel pulses of energy pushing at your back, Bungo, like they're trying to push you forward.
I'll
Okay,
walk
stop.
forward. Oh, okay.
You watch as Bungo levitates off the railing and down onto the ground. There's this strange ghostly laughter. That was funny, Captain. Off in the background. It's always there, just nothing connected to it, just noise.
What happened to your old captain?
You hear all these voices kind of speak with different tones and levels of response, but they speak in unison, but in very kind of like hush whispers. Not really sure what happened to our captain. You're our captain now. You be part of crew.
Great. Well, thank you for being my crew.
Yeah. Where are we going? Going, Captain. Where are we heading?
Any place you want to go in particular? Are you trapped on this ship?
That ship is our home.
Oh, all right.
Crew is home.
Well,
the sails billow out as the wind begins to pick up.
I was planning on doing a bit of pirating, if you wouldn't mind.
Our captain, we enjoy the bounty of the sea. Meanwhile, while the three of you can hear it, because Kunlin's gone off into his meditative stance, Mordain, you could see that the entire crew is like facing the direction of the helm's deck, and it's just a menagerie of corpses, in ghostly silhouette, like just staring, and without really making any noise, they're cheering towards Zephora after mentioning that being a pirate.
Hey, Slick.
Yeah.
Do you think you can help me cobble together a still?
Cobble together.
Or did we?
What?
Fire
still,
and
or did we get one?
stills on a ship. No.
Did we get one from the?
What are ships?
There
made
was one, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I don't
scavenged
know.
one
Wood?
from.
Together, yeah.
You
okay.
scavenged one from Saltway, yeah, from the
Okay.
village.
Can you help me get this still up and running?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Do I know what a still is? What's a still?
For making alcohol.
Distilling.
Oh, there. Distiller.
Strong.
right.
In the
huge
South,
thing
we
that
call
we
We
that.
need to distill
yeah.
rats. It's not like we have potatoes on board.
And we got food.
Yeah, there's some food. It's mostly going to be tropical fermentation for the most part, but it's still.
You distill it long enough, it's just alcohol.
Well,
it's-
I'm going to ask him, what was your home port?
no response.
Captain, the sea
Mhm.
is their home. The sea is our home. Right, Mordain?
Yes.
Shut up, Bungo. I'm not talking to you. Go make your still and burn our ship down.
You treat me so kindly, and you give me such kind words, but don't speak so mean about Bungo. He likes the sea.
See what happens when you feed into his delusions?
Yes, that's what friends do.
Fuck. I'm fucked.
Okay, skill's done. Job's done.
Set a course for the trade routes.
There are maps on the chart table.
All right.
I
Well,
believe the group
Have one of my
maps-
ghosts look at it and take us to a trade route.
That they cannot do.
Oh, shit. All right.
Tell Captain, maybe we should get cannons first.
Let's go. I'll look at the charts then.
There, I believe you guys are in possession of a couple of them. You have the map of the Iron Court Archipelago. You also have a map called the Southern Isles. And you also have a map called the Merc Mill archipelago. Kunlin's not there with you, so Zephora, as you're examining the maps, give me a survival check. Slick and Bungo have gone below decks to make a still.
Okay. All right. Let's still.
Hey, Bungo, do you know the song While We Work? Whistle while you work.
Why were you?
Nope, but I can try. Whistle while you
Whistle
jerk.
while
What?
you work.
What?
23.
23.
Never mind. Never mind.
Based on the charts that you have, your closest chain of islands right now are the Southern Isles.
Mm-hmm.
They're maybe about 5 days away from your current location. You're aware of the you're aware of Quadford is on an island chain that you originally came from. It's not from the Southern Isles. It's on the coast of Tal'Dorei, a region called the Crimson Region. The maps tell you you're at least 3 to 4 weeks away from the coastal area of the Crimson Region, which is in the southwest of Tal'Dorei, south of Amon.
Do we have enough rations to get there?
You probably have enough food and water to get you to the Southern Isles.
Okay.
You guys were able to scrounge for what you needed just to get off the Island of Knowledge and begin this first leg of your journey. You expect to be in the Southern Isles within 5 days if you decide to chart a course for the Southern Isles.
Where was the... Do we know... We have any idea where the captain was planning on going after that island?
No, unfortunately, he only expressed information about reaching the Island of Knowledge in hopes of finding something connected to the bishop and his son. You guys never had a chance to talk with him before the situation happened at the Ruins of Illusion. As far as you know, he's out here somewhere, but you're not sure where.
I'm going to go ahead and ask my ghostly crew. Do you know who the bishop is?
No response.
Okay, fine. I'm good then. Let's go to Southern Isles.
So as you begin to chart the course towards the Southern Isles, Kulin, in your current state of inebriation and Zen-like namaste, what are you attempting to do?
Well, at this point, Kunlun takes off all his clothes.
Kulin's always naked.
Smears himself in suit.
On the ship.
He covers himself with suit, like they're makes all kinds of
ash.
Yeah. And then he stands on his hands and starts dancing on his hands while yelling and screaming to the spirits to tell him their story.
Oh, I love that. This feels like a persuasion check.
Also, before he does that, he offers them the remaining drink. He spills out as an offering to them.
We'll say persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage.
That's like your third natural 20. That is
It's that new dice with all 20s on it.
Yeah.
Except he's using the D&D Beyond dice, which is even weirder.
It's been hacked.
As you make that offering of the drink, it kind of splashes in a circular motion on the floor. You're now surrounded by apparitions that you can see because you're in your state. You're in your meditative state. You've drifted into your third eye and you're watching them kind of form around you. But where Mordain saw wounds and the outcome of their desolation, you're seeing them before it all happens. You are in a vision of what happened to this crew. This ship has sailed these seas for maybe 5 years. This crew comes from Marquette. They're Marquesian. You recognize the nomadic features, the sun-kissed skin of those that dwell in the desert, the coastal region of the ebony skin of the islanders off of Marquette. This is an exotic crew. But you never get to experience the captain or those that gave orders to the crew. The only vision that you're having is a vision of what the crew experienced. They were called by the Plank King to make their way north to Amman with the intent of eventually making their way up towards Vasselheim and the coastal region of Isra. But something happened during that journey. They got marooned on the island that you guys just came from. And they fell to disease, starvation, boredom, a kind of feeling of us versus them kind of took over. Never a vision of the captain, never seeing the captain interact. But then you notice the ship in the cove. You're looking around to see the cemetery, the makeshift cemetery that was built, those that died in their beds. Those were the crew. But you could see a lone figure up on the main deck of the Red Tide. They seem to be looking up the mast towards an empty flagpole with no flag. They seem to look at the tolling bell that's no longer there. They seem to look with a kind of forlorn kind of look on their face, staring at the sails, staring at the helm's wheel, staring at the condition of the ship. And they just seem to step off the edge of the deck of the ship, plummeting down into the water and rocks the ship is in. And you just see this figure sink. You realize that they had tied a heavy stone to their ankle and disappeared down below in the water. And then you feel your meditative state kind of resurface, and you find yourself, covered in your ash and soot, breathing heavy with the incantations and meditation, surrounded briefly by dozens of apparitions that begin to fade. Just fade out of your vision.
Kunlun comes upstairs to where the rest of the crew are.
Zafora and Mordain are up on the main deck. Bungo and Slick are in the workshop. They seem to be putting together a still.
Join us.
Kunlun takes the what do you call it? The wheel, the helm, and he closes his eyes and tries to merge one with the ship. Just there's no difference. There's nowhere where he ends and the ship begins. He just kind of merges. He feels the movement of the ship. And just the all the creaks, all the sounds, the pressure from the helm, just like he is now one. He responds to the ship, and the ship responds to him.
there's a feeling of connection. There's something about this ship that is more tethered to the crew than the crew is tethered to the ship. You get the feeling that the source of them being marooned on the island was probably caused by the ship. While the ghostly figures seem to be the remnants of a crew that died in service of the ship's energy feels different. The ship has a life force more akin to the chaos of Mordain than the sentimentality of a ship's crew. But its power is muted. There are parts of the ship that are missing. Its power is no longer there. While you recognize its sentient ability, its power isn't focused.
Kunlun asks Sephora if she found any captain's logs.
Did I?
No, the only thing you guys found in the captain's quarters were all the charts and maps and remnants of furniture and discarded clothing. Just the feeling of abandonment inside the captain's quarters.
No, I didn't find the captain's log.
I have a strange feeling this ship never had a captain. It is almost like the ship itself was the captain.
Not anymore.
This crew was from Marquette, came here to the island and passed away. Natural causes. And bad cooking. No, just kidding. Natural causes.
One doesn't have a head. How's that natural?
Well, they were naturally shot in the head.
That's right.
Natural consequences of being shot in the head.
Yeah, then every death's natural.
No chemicals. All natural.
What mountain did you practice on? I just want to know. What?
It was a forest.
Oh, a forest.
It was a forest monastery.
Is that where you learned to love poop, or is that an acquired taste?
One time I was given the job to build the outhouse, and it was the most immersive job
I've ever had. Slick's like, 2-week break, and we're still on poop.
How far did you become immersed in this job? Up to your ankles or up to your waist?
I mean, Slick. What do you expect?
Well, technically, Slick and Bungo are downstairs, so you don't have to worry about that. Or the workshop.
Where did Bungo get the corn and peanuts for the last gruel? Don't tell me he's picking them out.
Baby.
Rats, corn, and peanuts. Recycled.
Did we long rest? We long rested.
He's like,
you would have long rested.
We need to move this along, guys. We need to move this along.
We're moving along.
You would have long rested prior to the ship.
A couple of days.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
When we were going around the ship on the interior, did we find anything like strange, like like a pentagram, blood-soaked?
I mean,
demon's voice.
Everything that to be honest, it's like you guys repaired the ship in the cove, but ever since you left the cove, the ship is like showing signs of strange behavior. The ghosts are kind of
like
one
a dog
side
that wants to go on a walk. It finally gets to go on a walk.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Well, okay. All right, well, we head to the Southern Isles and our doom.
Kunlun,
or adventure.
Without even hesitating, you feel the ship sense what Zephora wants, and the helm just kind of shifts in the proper direction of expectation. You're on mute.
No. Kunlun has his own course, and then he also checks how close the ship is following. The course. Like, does the ship know about weather conditions? Like, does it have like traffic prediction, or is it just like old?
It's just you get the feeling it's just responding to what Zephora wants. That she's charted the course to the Southern Isles, and it seems to be on that right course.
Well, Kunlun wants to do something, so he is like, "Can you?" He thinks into the ship, into the helm. Can you set the course to the local, to the closest like school of fish, like big fish, like some sort of big tropical fish that they could try to fish?
Doesn't seem to connect with any kind of ability to do that. You get the feeling that this might have something to do with the fact that Zephora interacted with the charts. That you did find the charts in the captain's quarters. It feels like it might be a focus.
Like, what do you mean a focus? Like
the charts may be a focus of its energy, its power, its ability.
Hey, Mordain or Bungo, can you see if there is any magic in these charts?
I have detect magic, so I'm gonna.
Yep, give me a casting roll.
It's a ritual, though, right?
Is it ritual for you, Mordain?
I can do either. I'm gonna do ritual.
Okay, ritual. The 10 minutes goes by. The charts do have a kind of enchantment on them. So does the charting table, the chart table that the charts are on. There's like immediately around you, the helm's wheel that was not showing magical ability before. The helm's wheel shows some enchantment magic on it as well. You guys watch as Mordain kind of walks down towards the main mast. There's a magical enchantment on the sails. The whole ship is just having all of this like enchantment-like energy kind of pulsing off of it.
Shit.
At some point where there's some downtime, Bungo wants to try something as well.
I mean, at this point, the ship is sailing towards the South Isles. You're on day one of that trip. Mordain's detect magic clearly shows that this ship was not in the same condition when it was in the cove. It has transcended somehow. Leaving the cove kind of activated the sentient nature of the ship. Slick, what's your passive insight?
11.
11?
Not great.
The ship itself is a tinker's haven. Like, everything about this ship tells you that at some point it had been worked on, tinkered on, or interacted with. You're not sure. It's like this strange kind of feeling that you guys are on somebody else's creation, is what it feels like. The missing flag, the missing bell, that's when you guys first suddenly realize that there is there's the carved head figure that's currently in there on the bow of the ship. Feels like it's not the right one, because Mordain, you come back from the bow of the ship. The only thing that doesn't show any magical enchantment is the figure that is like lashed to the bow of the ship. So it's almost like the ship is incomplete. Like it's missing things. There are things that are absent from it.
Like,
Okay. I want to try and investigate to figure out like what's missing.
Yeah, give me investigation, Mordain.
Is there any bell on the ship?
There is no bell on the upper deck at all.
But anywhere else, maybe not, like hidden somewhere below.
No, because I already asked, did we run across one when we were fixing the ship and make some?
Yeah, you never there never was there wasn't a bell in the village, there wasn't a bell in the cove, in the cave of the cove, and even now Mordain is like looking around the upper deck, and there's just no sign of a bell whatsoever.
Kunlun climbs to the crow's nest, and basically just lets his eyes relax, and he basically tries to see if there's any vision will appear to him or anything like that, or anything worth seeing.
Mordain, what'd you get on your investigation?
14.
14. You begin to notice not only the bell and the flag are missing, but typically a ship like this would have a plaque that would name the ship. While the red tide was painted on the side of the hull, there's no commission plaque. There's no sense of where it was built, who built it. So the plaque is missing. You find yourself wandering into the captain's quarters. Typically, there would be pirates are very superstitious. Seafarers are very superstitious. Your existence is proof that superstition is what guides the mind of people who travel the sea. Normally, there's a token or a totem that would be in the captain's quarters that the captain would use as a means to, keep the albatrosses away, to keep the curses away, to keep the bad tidings away from the ship. The absence of the captain's log is still kind of strange. It's almost as if the captain, the first mate, the bosun, all signs of the core of the crew are not here. Just the signs of the sailors that were responsible for the ship. Eventually you go down to the lower deck and you run into Slick. And Slick is kind of at his workshop working, or at his workbench working on his previous thing. Once he was done with the still, he had moved on to tinkering with the remnant of an item that he's hoping to use to kind of curtail or enhance the ability to control the wild magic that taps in and out of the veil. Slick, the device that you're working on is humming with a bit of energy. And you can see little tendrils of energy coming off the device that you're tinkering with. And it's arcing into the woodwork of the ship, and it's arcing into the table. It's like a Tesla coil, only thinner. The energy is less pronounced. It's there almost as if it's drawing from the ship or feeding towards the ship.
If I bring it closer to the walls, does it get more prominent or less prominent?
It gets a little bit more prominent. As you bring it closer to the wall, the wooden side of the hull, you and Mordain watch as the energy flares up. And you watch as this ghostly hand pulses out of the side of the hull as if reaching for it, and then the ghostly hand pulls back into the hull of the ship.
No. Oh, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Part of the ship, something about part of the ship. Always with the ship, forever part of the ship. Oh my God. Yes. We're doomed. This is a doomed ship. I'm stealing my magics.
I survived. You always do.
You don't even know what you're talking about half the times. I can't even take anything you say to heart. So this place is cursed. Cursed, I tell you. And there's missing items. There's no bell. There's no flag. And I put part of the ship together, so does that mean I'm part of the ship? Damn it.
Yes.
No. This is mysticism. I deal with science. This is not good.
He's gonna tinker some more with the. Yeah, I need to know if it's taking it from my item, or if I'm feeding the ship, or if I'm draining the ship.
It's like it's going back and forth, but what's coming back is a different kind of energy that's sent in. You're like putting arcane energy into the device so that you can tweak it and get it to tap into the veil. And as it taps into the veil and the weave and absorbs a little bit of arcane magic, the ship seems to pull the magic out of the device. And then when it puts the magic back in, the magic that goes back in feels a little bit altered, like it's different somehow.
So like a different, like necromancy, or a different school of magic that I haven't. I already have necromancy already, don't I? Like a different school of magic.
You give me an Arcana check as you examine the magic in the device that you're tinkering with.
Have Kunlun roll for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a 20.
That's a 16.
16. There's a feeling that whatever magic is infused into the ship, it's not that it's necromantic. It's dark magic, but it's not necessarily magic you're familiar with. That's the weird part.
I'm gonna try and to kind of trap the magic, or to get a sample of it.
Well, it's in the device.
Right.
In fact, it's kind of commingling with it. Mordain, that ghostly hand that pulsed out of the side of the hull, I mean, you get the feeling that seemed different than the other crew's ghostly apparitions. There's something about that hand that has your mind kind of racing about the source of the magic of this ship.
I'm gonna kind of look into it, follow my gut more about this place.
Give me your charisma based, right?
Yes.
Give me a charisma check.
Well, considering my charisma save last time went so amazing. 13. You place your hand on the wood of the hull of the ship, and you feel yourself kind of drawn into it. The ship is magic. It's not a magic you're familiar with. Maybe it's a spiritual magic of sort. Maybe it is a kind of convoluted natural magic. You're not really sure, but there's some kind of magic infused into the heart of this vessel. There's something in this vessel that would be like giving it its magic, giving it its ability to tether the crew here. There's more than just a curse here. There's more here, but you're not entirely sure what it is. Okay. I'm going to dig into that and follow that.
It leads you away from Slick as he continues to tinker with the device. You head down into the mostly empty lower hold, the main cargo hold. And as you stand there, you could hear the waves rushing past the sides of the ship. It's dark down here. There's only a single lantern being held on a pin at the edge of the stairwell down into the interior of the hold. There's something down here.
I'm going to continue I'm gonna call back. There's much to be discovered, and continue to head down.
As you're down in the main heart of the cargo hold, in the darkness, it feels quieter. Feels strange. What's your passive perception?
13.
13. One of the floorboards in the very middle of the cargo hold is very squidgy. It's soft. It's loose. It's very different than the other boards down here. There's two of them, and they appear to be loose.
I want to check out everything around it.
Give me investigation as you examine the floorboards around it.
Ooh, natural 20 for a 23.
Nice. There is a carving on the floorboard. It is a rough carving of a heart. There is a name above the heart. The name is Captain Blackmane. And there's a date below the heart. The date is from 7 years ago. That tells you the ship is at least 7 years old. It's the oldest of the graffiti that you've seen on the ship so far. And as you focus on the engraving and the area around the floorboards, you hear
Is there a friend?
No! I hate ships with heartbeats.
You notice the floorboards are pulsing along with the beat of the heart.
See, I was about to go like... Or he's just full on going to try to start, like, be like, this is a sick beat. And it's going to start, like, ripping.
It's a sick beat.
You start beatboxing.
Suddenly this turned into a Halloween episode.
He's beatboxing with the shit. Great.
I mean, does that not track with...
What?
They don't have beatboxing back then. I don't think they know what beatboxing is.
Yeah, normally they put you in a box and then they beat the box.
Yeah, that's what a beatbox is.
That's beatboxing back in the pirate days.
Yeah.
Sax, because the blow could go through easier.
What are you doing, Mordain?
I am going to... I'm going to try and lift up one of the planks to kind of investigate what's going on.
Give me a strength check, if you would, please.
Okay. Rank. Oh boy. That is a 12.
You go to peel the plank up, and it cracks a little bit, budges just a little bit, and you're able to peel it off the floor. There, the heartbeat suddenly stops. The planks stop moving, and you see a dull iron cutlass lying in the hidden compartment underneath the floor.
Okay.
You see the engraved initials B and M, like engraved on the hilt of the cutlass.
What was that captain that we just uncovered?
Blackmane.
Sorry, say that again, Mordain.
What was the captain's name that I uncovered or saw engraved?
Blackmane. Captain Blackmane.
That's BB, not BM. Interesting.
Blackmane.
Maine, not Bane. Blackmane, like as an M.
Oh.
M is in there.
Mordain will reach out and grab the sword.
You reach in and you grab it, and as you pull out the sword, there is an inverted skull on the pommel of the cutlass. The cutlass guard itself is made of like a silver with the gold embossing of the letter B and M. The cutlass blade comes out about 24 inches off the guard and is no sign of rust. Looks like it's in pristine condition. And as you hold it, there's a brief distant echo of the heartbeat, but then it just fades and stops.
I like this. I want to. Did I take Identify? I took Identify. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to marinate in it, and I am going to.
Marinate.
I'm going to take it and just like gently pull the blade against my cheek, like just feel like I'm getting to know the blade, identifying it.
Love it.
Have yourself with it to really get in there.
Slick,
really
give me
was.
another Arcana check as you've been tinkering with this magic for a bit now.
I'm muted. 18.
What'd you get?
18.
18. The magic is a mixture of two schools of magic. One is evocation, and the other one is divinity. This feels like what you would call spiritual magic, or magic that was meant to be divine, but it was kind of altered in its process. It's in the ship. It's kind of feeling like it might be everywhere. Whatever has put the ship into this condition, whatever happened to the crew, whether the ship intended to do it or not, there's something about this ship that feels both kind of spiritual and a little bit frightening at the same time. Zephora, where are you at this point? Up on the helm's deck. Anything you want to do for the remainder of the day? Afternoon is turning into early evening. Everyone is kind of off doing their own thing at this point.
I'll probably go into like if the ship's pretty much sailing itself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go in and basically, rest in the, fix up the captain's cabin and stuff, and get settled into there.
Okay. Give me an investigation while you're doing that, if you would, please.
Okay. Investigation 19. So 19.
19. Kunlun, you're up in the crow's nest. Bungo, where are you?
As long as I've taken care of the meals and stuff, I'm not going to leave this still running unattended, so I won't light it up. But I wanted to try to channel my Wrath of the Sea ability and see if I could infuse the ship with it, like make it emanate from the ship. And I'll start at the lowest point in the ship and move my way up, back to the helm deck and up to the forecastle, and everywhere in between.
Do you need to do a casting roll for that?
No, it's an ability.
Wrath of the Sea. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Slick, you notice Bungo is doing something as he's walking the hold of the deck. He's walking the lower hold, where the workshop would be. He's invoking some kind of magical ability around him, and you notice that the energy inside the device kind of gets brighter, absorbs more energy from the ship itself.
He'll quickly set up. He's going to find his workbench, some wire, and wrap it around the device, and then wrap it up to. So you quickly put up 2 chairs, and then put on, like, through the holes of the chairs, some hammers or some mallets for the holes. and wrap the wire around the pole so that the energy from the device goes through, kind of like Tesla's, and go through as a conduit into the wall, and then like as lightning into the wall. And it's going to add some contraption to kind of help power it up. He'll use He'll use Sleek.
Sleek.
Kind of like, yeah, they help kind of power it up and add some extra juice into the wall.
Yeah.
What did the demon just say?
I know it's his microphone. I'm used to it, so I know what he's saying.
I've come to take your soul.
Oh, damn it. Why did you admit, damn it?
With the Wrath of the Sea active, Bungo, what are you attempting to do?
So it just makes the, that field, that 5 foot sea foam around me. I'm just trying to infuse it into the ship to see if I can make the entire ship do it around itself. So like if we had another ship come alongside of us or try to attack or board or anything like that, that I could have the sea be our ally. And
while you don't feel it's happening now, you do feel a connection to the magic of the ship.
Okay.
You look over to see Slick is currently amplifying and collecting the magic that's rebounding off the ship and through your kind of emboldening of the ship. The magic ability that Bungo's expressing, Slick, suddenly gets absorbed into your contraption, and you now have a contraption that has a one use of Bungo's ability, almost like it channeled Bungo's ability into your magical device that captured it.
Neat.
What was the ability?
It's called Wrath of the Sea.
Oh, that. Cool. So, he's gonna quickly put that into one of those little, those little like mechanical bombs that have the little spikes on the end. Or not spikes, but little cylinder things that kind of come out inside. So we'll trap that in there and keep that for.
Don't worry, Ivar. I can understand him.
We need a translator.
I copy pasted Wrath of the Sea into the channel in Discord.
I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go downstairs. Happy Halloween. This is my time. I really do need to take.
You guys do nothing to your voice.
You're going to be cursed for the rest of your life.
If Bungo comes across the heart
once a week on Monday night.
And Monday nights.
Cursed with your microphone.
And it's not even till like we get that like over halfway
point. Then it's like it just goes like this
down.
Like it goes from like 100% to like 2% in like one
second. I keep thinking, is it like shared deal?
Starts leaning into the computer a little bit, that like my microphone went down. It's like what?
The ship speaks in tongues.
Foaming at the mouth, it's bad.
We speak.
So Bungo, you're in the lower hold. You're not in the main cargo hold. So
I wanted to go down to the keel as low as possible. So you want to go
all the way down below.
Low as possible, yeah.
As you circle back and then go into the stairs to take you down into the keel, you can see Mordain standing in the middle of the cargo hold. There's a hole in the floor where a plank looks like it's been pulled up. No, it's not exposed. It's the inner working of the hold, so it's not exposed to the water. He seems to be kind of. You recognize the spell. He's casting Identify on a cutlass that he's holding in his hands.
Is this something he can talk while he's doing?
No, because he's doing it as a ritual, so he's currently concentrating.
Okay. Do I notice anything in the hole?
Looking down, it looks like an empty space that was holding something. Maybe the cutlass that he's currently holding on to. Other than that, it doesn't look or seem like anything too nefarious. It's really strange, too, because the cutlass is like really rusted. It looks dented. It looks like it's held together with cheap wire. The handle of the cutlass looks kind of beat up and dented, but Mordane's holding on to that cutlass like it's important, and it needs to be identified. But I mean, it just looks like rusted junk to you.
All right. Okay. Cool.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
I'm very quiet. Yeah, I wanted to get as close to the, below the sea level, as close to the sea as possible.
Yeah, you pass by Mordane, who's lost in his focus on that rusty old cutlass, and you end up at the very back of the keel where you can see the rudder spindle. Yeah, where the rudder spindle would be that's connected up to the helm's wheel. And it's weird. The rudder spindle and the chain and roping down here are all kind of interwoven and connected, but there appears to be a kind of an image of an eye carved on the paneling of the rear of the keel. There appears to be the initials B and M, B as in boy, M as in Mary, and yet another date from 7 years ago. This is your first time seeing any of this carving, but does
it look ritualistic?
It does. It's kind of got a bit of a spiritual vibe as you read it.
I slash my hand and press on it.
As you
I feed it up for 5 hit points.
Yeah, as you cut the palm of your hand and press it onto the carving, your hand actually passes through the wood. And as it passes through the wood, you feel your hand holding on to some kind of leather material. You pull out your hand really quick, and you're holding on to an eye patch. You see the ends of the eye patch that you would tie are kind of hanging from your hand. Blood is running down your palm, and the eye patch is like just sitting there in your hand. And it's weird because you don't. Well, give me a nature check. See if you recognize what the eye patch is made of.
Natural. Well, I'm.
You're halfling.
Halfling. Yes.
The halfling's luck.
20, not natural.
While you were expecting it to be made of fabric and leather and other just kind of common goods, you recognize that the eye patch is made from dragon skin. The very finery of dragon skin is very obvious to you. The stitching is gold stitching with a kind of silver inlay. There appears to be some kind of writing on the inside of the patch.
What do it say?
It says, "Look towards the deep so that the deep looks back."
I will ask the empty air around me, may I wear this?
No response.
Okay, I go... You know what? This is Mordane's thing. I want to commune with the sea. Shit. Am I selfish?
That's no shit is Kunlin's thing.
Yeah. Am I selfish here?
Zafar,
I'll try it once.
Are you gonna try to commune with the sea?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it on, go above deck, and look straight down into the water. I will tie myself onto the railing before I do so.
Okay. So as you head up to do that, Zafar, what'd you get for investigation in the captain's quarters?
19.
19. The initial cleanup of the captain's quarters was pretty much successfully done in the cove. You managed to gather up some basic furniture and material from the village itself. placed it in here to at least give it some kind of humble, kind of lived-in feel. The table and chairs are enough to accommodate the 5 of you. There's 2 full-size beds in here that you salvaged from the village. There's some bookcases that you salvaged. There's a couple cabinets that were put in here. But by far the best view of this captain's quarters is the panoramic windowed stained glass of the rear that looks out over the rear of the ship, right? Because above you is the helm's deck. And like most properly fashioned ships, there's a secondary helm down here in the captain's quarters that allows you to step out of the captain's quarters. And if you had to, you could helm the ship if needed. There's something about this room, though, that just it's visually it's plain, but it feels like there's more to it. And that's when you notice, as the sun is setting, it hits the glass in such a way that you wouldn't have noticed this before in the cove. It kind of makes sense because now you're out in the open sea. The sun is hitting the glass. The glass is frosted. And 2 words, like a word in the upper glass and a word in the lower glass. The upper word is black and the lower word is Maine. And you're just kind of like reading black Maine. And as you kind of read it in your mind, you watch as the frosted words kind of fade and turn into a frosted image of a compass that's pointed directly down at where you're standing.
I'll search.
You kind of get down on your hands and knees. You start looking at the floorboards and the beam that connects the floor up until it reaches the windows. There's a loose panel underneath the windows. And the wood is loose. It's a little bit wiggly, maybe from the ship leaving the cove and having all of this trial and error of running, and maybe it knocked it loose. The board easily peels away. A leather satchel about the size of your fist falls out from behind the board onto the ground, makes like a heavy thud noise.
I'll open it up.
You open it up and there is a iron compass inside. You reach in and pull out the compass, and on the back you see the initials B and M. You guess it must have owned or belonged to whoever this Black Mane is. But the compass is very finely made. There's a the engraving on it is perfect. The balance of it is perfect. The exterior glass work of the face of the compass. There's an age to the compass. The compass feels old, light to the touch, but it feels almost very expertly made to you. Like it might be magical, it might mean something, but you're not sure.
Is it pointing north?
You're facing north. It's pointing south.
And are we headed south right now to the Southern Isles?
You are headed south currently.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on it and make sure we're headed on that compass direction that it's pointed.
Slick, after retrieving the contraption that is now gives you the temporary ability for one single use of Bungo's magical ability, there's something about that wall, that section of the wall that you're interacting with. The spiritual energy and the magic coming from that side of the ship feels focused, feels intense from there. Give me investigation as you examine the wall a little bit more closely.
19.
19. Expecting to find something, you watch as it does it as you stare at the wall. You watch as the carved words are forming as you stare at the wall. And it simply, in his hands, is fire and death. and then the initials B and M, kind of in script at the end of the carving.
Can I use my Tesla contraptions to try and open a portal on that wall?
Kind of like a little ethereal displacement of the space in front of you. Yeah, I like that. That works. And you watch as the surface of the wall kind of shimmers, and there's this maybe 8-inch round diameter portal that opens up right at where the engraving was, that carved itself. And as the portal opens, you could see a perfectly preserved pistol sitting in the kind of lattice work of the wood in the wall itself. But more importantly, holding the pistol, a bony hand with a fractured wrist. No arm, no body, just this boned skeletal hand holding the pistol as if to fire it.
I quickly grab it.
Reach in, you grab it, pulling out the pistol and the skeletal hand at the same time. The ethereal displacement only lasts for like a few seconds and reseals. But when it reseals, you notice that the engraving is now gone. No longer there.
Interesting. He's gonna pry off the... Is the hand part of the gun? Or can I pry off the hand?
No, like you start prying the skeletal fingers off away from the trigger assembly, and you're able to peel the skeletal hand off the gun, setting it carefully on the table. The pistol appears to be... It's a little unusual design. It has a cylinder, but the cylinder like holds 4 shots. You get the feeling that they're intended to hold rounds inside each of the cylinders. But there's there's arcanic symbols on each one. One cylinder is the arcane symbol for fire, one is for water, one is for earth, and one is for air. The pistol housing is made of a strange wood that you don't recognize. Maybe showing it to Bungo eventually might help you figure out what the pistol's made of. But it's made of like gold and silver inlays of metal, kind of fashioning it all together. The gun barrel is this very well curated and built metal that's infused very carefully into the wood and metal frame of the pistol. While it feels like you're holding something old and very capable, there's something about it that just both a chill of excitement and a chill of concern at the same time.
I'm gonna take the hand and bring it to Mordain.
So you go looking for Mordain. Kunlin, you've been up in the crow's nest for a little while now. Kind of are you meditating or simply keeping an eye on things while up there?
I mean, both. He's like looking to see if there's anything on the horizon in any direction that's worthy of notice, but also he's just trying to kind of like bond with the soul of the ship and maybe the souls of the crew, like just be able to like have like intuitive communication.
Yeah. Give me a perception check as you glance the horizon.
Oops. Screen reset or something. Perception?
Yep.
19.
As you're looking at the horizon, somebody's motorcycle is very loud. I don't know if that's a motorcycle or feedback. Wasn't you, Mordain? Wasn't Slick. Let's see if it's Bungo. Well, it stopped, whatever it was. Kunlin, as you're looking on the horizon, as the sun is setting, you notice a glint off of something above you. You look above, and up at the very tip of the mast, there's something hanging down from the tip of the mast, and it's kind of like being obscured by ropes and sails. It looks to be metal, giving off a bit of glint of glass as well. It's maybe about 20 feet above you into the main height of the mast.
Kunlun climbs up.
You kind of easily, being a monk and all, you kind of easily scale up the last bit of the mast. Being at this top height, you're now looking down like 100 feet towards the main deck down below you. Most people would get a feeling of anxiety and a kind of, feeling of seasickness up here, but it feels natural for you to be up here. You can feel the flow of the ship. You can feel the very nature of the ship, almost as if it's calling to you. You find yourself up in the upper mast. You find yourself staring at something hanging from a piece of rope. Tied to it, it is maybe about 16 inches long, covered in leather, and it's got glass on the front and glass on the back. You realize that you're staring at a spyglass that would probably be used by whoever's up here in the crow's nest, except it's very well crafted. The leather is engraved with all sorts of kind of like ocean artifact and ocean insignias that's been finely crafted into the leather. The glass is unfamiliar to you. You're not sure what it's made of to give it the glass finish, but like carved into the side of the spyglass are the letters B and M. B for boy, M for Mary, kind of carefully carved into the leather.
Kunlun takes the spyglass and examines it.
You kind of pull it. Yeah, you pull it off the cord, and it's now in your hand.
Says, I thought it would be a crack pipe, but this is useful too.
I think back then it would have been an opium pipe.
Oh, well, I'll use this to see visions instead.
Yeah,
he opens it and looks around.
I'll use this instead to see visions. Like no one else noticed that. That's pretty funny.
Hey, when you gotta do what you gotta do.
Never get high on your own supply. You look through the glass, and everything is as if it's daylight out. Like the last of the sun is setting, so darkness is beginning to kind of set in. But looking through the spyglass, not only is it like bright out, like as if you're looking into daylight, but everything is sharper. Everything is easier to see. You're looking way off onto the horizon, and while there's no specific target or anything specifically at threat off in the horizon, you get the feeling that you are like able to see farther with this thing. You pull the spyglass back down after looking at a formation of clouds off in the distance. You get the feeling that the spyglass can easily see up to a mile away. Most spyglasses you know of, maybe 200-300 feet, but this spyglass seems to be able to see very far and see very clearly.
Did you mean yards?
Yards, feet, decaliters.
Yards.
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 Wait, so this one can see a mile away?
Yeah. Feels like you see a pretty far distance. As you settle back into your meditative grace to try to understand the ship even further, Slick, you said you went down to find Mordain?
Yep.
Mordain, the cutlass is magical. It is black. It's called Blackmane's Revenge is the name of the cutlass.
Okay.
As far as you know, it's +1 to hit and +1 for damage. But You get the feeling after identifying it, the more you use it, the more it's going to reveal to you. For now, it only identifies itself as +1 to hit and +1 for damage.
Who here uses a cutlass?
Around you, there's nobody. Until you see Slick come down the stairs. Slick is now alongside you. He's holding a skeletal hand and a pistol. He's got a skeleton hand in one hand and a pistol in his other hand. And he's like standing there staring at you as if he was waiting for you to finish whatever it is you were doing.
Hey, Slick! Slick! You must know who uses a cutlass. And just like...
And like Mordane's rubbing this rusty, beat up old cutlass, and he's running his fingers along the edge of the blade. You see little trickles of blood kind of cutting through his fingers. There's a slice of blood on his cheek from where he was like kind of holding it close to himself.
You want me to come back there, buddy? Yeah, you're busy.
What?
I said, you want me to come back? Are you busy? I brought something for you.
Company's always welcome.
Great.
I'm just like the cutlass, like, join us.
He's gonna slap your hand with a skeletal hand like a clasp.
There you go, buddy. I found this in the walls. I thought maybe you could connect to some undead or some crazy shit that you do. I don't know what you do, but it's not my realm of expertise. So okay, I'll see you later. Come back.
He's gonna try to ask about the pistol.
I'll go along with to kind of help with that.
No, you don't have to cover it. That's okay. You just do your little bloodletting thing over there. You're great.
You stay right there, creeper. You stay right there, creeper.
Slick, who uses a cutlass?
Who uses a cutlass? Pirates use cutlass. You've used a cutlass, I believe. I've seen you use it once or twice.
Maybe. Alright, I gotta be right back once.
Okay.
And just like that, I'm ignored. Okay, we're gonna turn around and walk away.
I'm gonna go find Bungo and try to get him, see if he knows anything about or can recognize anything about this pistol.
Hey, do me a favor, Xander. Pull the microphone a little bit closer towards your mouth. Now say something.
You want me to talk louder too? I can do.
No, I think I know what's wrong with your microphone. There's a mechanism in all microphones that manage the reverb between you and the microphone. I think the microphone has a loose reverb coil inside of it. And it's actually, that may be your problem. So when you pull it closer, the reverb shortens. It's actually a little bit better when it's closer to your mouth. That way you don't have to be loud. So Slick, you and Bungo kind of run into each other. Bungo's coming up from the keel section of the main hold, while Mordane's being super creepy over with the cutlass. Bungo comes over to you. Bungo, what'd you find again?
The eye patch.
Bungo's coming gripping something in his hand like it's super important. And it's like this ratty old piece of leather with like really cheap cloth straps, connected to the leather, as if it's like, like just a piece of old something that he found. It's kind of weird. Bungo, you see Slick holding on to an old desiccated hand. He's also holding onto this rusted, rotted, old kind of pistol that looks to be like it's rusted and decayed. But the two of you kind of meet halfway.
Hey, I found this eye patch. Did you find that gun?
You're on mute.
Can't hear you at all.
Yeah, you're now gone.
Now you're mute.
Now you're mute. Still can't hear you. Your microphone has officially died.
Oh, there you are.
The computer, unfortunately, also does not work. So that's fantastic.
Oh, there you go.
Gotcha.
Cutting
Now we
it
can
out,
hear you.
but it's better. Yeah.
Or really, we're just hanging. I gave a hand to Mortain. I said, go. I found this. I found this. Did you find that iPad?
Yeah. I can help you clean that up when we're done. I was thinking about working on the cannons too.
I can put that over my eye, and I don't know. I don't really need that.
I couldn't hear what you.
What at all?
Yeah, now you're breaking up again.
You recognize this wood at all?
Recognize this wood?
Yes.
Like he's holding
I don't
it-
know. Do I?
He's like, yeah, give me a nature check because he's like holding the pistol up in front of you, like he's holding the most valuable thing he's ever found. But to you, it's just rust and rot and just looks like an old, useless pistol to you.
21.
21. The wood is like made of old oak. You could tell that it's an oak wood. The metal seems to be some kind of iron, but it's all rusted as well.
It's
There's
oak and iron, but once we get the rust off, you can probably tell more. Maybe it's inscribed or something. I don't know.
Interesting. I found it in the walls.
I found this in the wall. I cut my hand, pressed it up against the wood, and my hand went in. And I came back with the eye patch.
Was there some
skin.
weird writing on the wall?
Yeah, BM, like bowel movement, and an eye.
Fuck, I knew that was coming.
you knew
Mine-
that was coming.
Was mine bowel movement
Oh, I
too?
knew that was fucking coming.
it was BM. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was B as in boy, M as in Mary. That was the initials scrawled on the wall.
I guess I said bowel movement too. We gotta find this bowel movement. Maybe there's a toilet somewhere on here.
Mm.
I don't remember finding one. I think this ship
Well, there was a hole in the very bottom where I found Mordain.
Oh, that's probably where bowel movement is. He sounds like a scary pirate. I'm sure Coleman would love him.
Should be careful with your initials there, Jason.
You know what? You guys break me on a regular basis. It's perfectly fine. I'll just get some glue and put my psyche back.
Are you
together.
kidding me, dude? He does it on purpose.
Mordain, where did you head off to with the scimitar or with the cutlass?
I was told I was being left to have my own space with the cutlass, so I'm gonna continue communing with the cutlass. But then after a little bit, I would head up and try and find the rest of the group.
You don't look at the hand?
Oh, he did leave you the skeletal hand to examine too.
I will switch in basically like.
So like when Bungo and Slick come back from the keel portion of the cargo hold, you just see Mordain like rubbing the rusty old scimitar on his cheek and then rubbing that decrepit crusty skeletal hand on his face. But Slick, the skeletal hand looks pristine to you, but it looks all crusty and rotted to Bungo.
Okay.
What does it look to me?
To you, it looks all crusty and rotted.
It doesn't phase us. That's
It's
just Mordain.
fascinating that the bones were so well preserved inside the wood. There must have been some sort of sap production that helped with that.
What?
The hand. It was so well preserved. I mean, it's like bright white bone. Like it was pickly cleaned and pickly cleaned, clean picked, and I don't know what I'm saying. Wow.
Does it look like a mummified hand to me?
It
Or is
looks
like bones.
It looks like a kind of, it's covered in webs and it's covered, like the bones are all deteriorated. He's describing something that looks pristine, but you're seeing something that looks very rotted.
I don't. That's not. No. It looks like it's been there a long time. It doesn't look pristine to me.
What? Hey, can you do that cool thing you do with your familiar and see through my eyes?
See through his eyes?
Lick your thighs?
Can you
What?
see through your familiar or through your parent?
Oh, okay.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Can you extend that to me?
I hate you.
Hey,
Hey, Crackers. Crackers, let me take a peek. See what you see.
Like through the familiar's eyes, everything looks like brand new. Like the eye patch, the cutlass, the hand, the pistol. Through the magical eyes of the familiar, everything looks like its true form.
Oh, weird. Everything looks brand new. What does my eye patch look like to you?
I told you, right? Proceed. It's like fantastic for well preserved.
What does the eye patch look like to you?
It looks old, leather skin, like you took it off of a dead man's ass.
It's brand new
Looks like
dragon
looks like
skin
ass
with
floss.
gold stitching. Can you see the writing on the inside?
Nope, no writing. You don't see any writing.
No, it just looks like old dust. It doesn't look clean. I wouldn't put that behind it. Or something.
Well, that's it's obviously some kind of illusory magic. I don't know. What nature? Any kind of insight?
I mean, you can give me insight. If you'd
Fine.
like.
Is it fey? Is it just regular insight?
Yeah, just give me insight. Because you and Mordain and Slick are kind of standing there looking at these items as if, without seeing them through the fey creature, they or individually, it just doesn't make sense.
It's a 10.
10? Hard to know for sure. They're clearly magical items. They're clearly enchanted. They may have something to do with the ship. I mean, you found them within the very bones of the ship for the most part. The
What
one
happens
thing
if
that's
we put them all together. Yeah, I don't know. Some
I mean,
kind of
Mordain found the cutlass in the floorboards. You found the eye patch in the panel of the keel. Slick found the pistol with the hand inside the wall near his workshop. I mean, that seems to be at least the most common thread about their discovery.
I wonder what happens if one person uses them all. Or wears them all.
Mordain
We
will
should
lick
see
them
if
all.
the other guys found some.
Maybe we turn into bowel movements. Oh.
Maybe.
Maybe we turn into foul. All right, no more,
Yeah,
no more,
He's gonna grab the
no
hand.
more initials. I'm
It's on.
scratching initials out of my
He's gonna grab the
out of
hand.
my work.
He's gonna put type on. He's gonna grab the hand and put the cutlass in the hand and kind of like pull over the hand. So like he's got holding the cutlass in the hand. Okay, I look at it different. Look.
So Slick is now holding the cutlass, holding the pistol, and you have the eye patch on, right?
And I got the hand too. Yeah.
I
made a John Wayne move.
I mean,
How do I look?
you look pretty badass, but nothing happens.
Do I look taller?
You look ridiculous through the through my eyes, but through the fey eyes, it looks like some cool shit.
Well, god damn it. I needed a fade.
What-
Yeah, solution.
What makes a good pirate captain?
I'm not going up against the fire captain for title.
The hat.
I wonder if there's a hook. If he's missing the hand, maybe there's a hook somewhere.
Well, what was
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
what was your saying, your inscription or whatever that you saw that was written by Mr. BM?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'd read it.
Yours was
Something
just the
about
initial, looking
look
into
to
the deep.
depths, and the depths will look back.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna try it out, but I wanted to lash myself to the railing before I looked over the edge.
Mine says something about he holds the fire in his hand, something.
Well, yeah,
Fire-
if you shoot someone with it, it's probably gonna mess them up good.
The fire in his hand brings about death.
Those are probably more about items themselves. rather than-
Mordain, do you describe what was written on the floorboards? Mordain describes the name Blackmane, Captain Blackmane, and,
Blackmane.
and
Oh, okay.
and a date that dates back 7 years.
So obviously he was killed 7 years ago or something, and these items have been in the ship for 7 years. This would be my deduction. As for
Hey,
what
Ghost
they do,
Crew.
I don't know.
Hey, Ghost Crew, is Captain Blackmane here?
No response.
Can I see the ghost crew?
No, they are currently not around you at all. You're in the deep cargo hold. You have yet to ever see any crew down here, particularly. But the space down here is empty and dark. No sign of any of the ghostly crew.
We're gonna go find Zephora. Yeah, let's go find Zephora and see, because I know he was upstairs looking in the captain shit. Let's go see if maybe there's some connection there.
All right.
The three of you head up towards the main deck. There, the captain's quarters. The door is open. You can see Zephora inside. She seems to be admiring something in her hand. It looks to be a compass. The four of you are there. Kunlun, you can see, is up in the crow's nest.
Hey, Zephora! Guess what? We found some really cool items in the ship. Like, literally in the ship. And she's just gonna lay out on the table.
Cutlass is put on the table, a pistol, a skeletal hand, and an eye patch. All of them look ratty and rusty and look like junk.
They all belong to BM, Blackwater.
Mane.
Blackmane,
like hair.
Captain Blackmane.
I swear to God, Xander, you have the memory of a squirrel.
I do, I know.
Squirrel.
That's how trees get made, though.
Right, that guy. Not bowel movement like we originally thought, but although that was probably more scary. But anyway.
God,
You guys notice that Zephora is holding what looks to be a compass, except it's old and rusted. The glass of it's cracked. It just looks like it's something that was just abandoned and left to be trash.
And I look through Cracker's eyes.
Yeah, as you look through Cracker's eyes, it's a stunning compass. It's well made, clearly magical. The quality of it is obvious.
Yeah, that's another artifact. It looks pristine through Cracker's eyes.
Well, what do we do with all this?
Well, I'm going to test mine out in a few minutes.
I want to test out the eye patch.
I'm going to shoot someone.
Whoa.
Don't fire that thing in here.
Okay,
Take
I'll
it
go
outside.
out the door where it's more open and shoot someone. I say the bullet. It's a bullet from this thing. It's a bullet in the fire. Or put some, no air. I'm going to do air.
Obviously, this ship has secrets. Why don't we find out what all these things do?
So did you find out anything about the captain or about this crew? Or like this crew seems to be lingering around, which is very
Slick.
odd.
What's wrong with you? Do you have a cold?
Mortain, can you ask some
You
of the
sound
crew
like
if Captain
shit.
Blackmane is here?
All right, Zephora.
That's all. That's
D6,
Bungo, could you make him some tea?
for a D6 inspiration for role playing shitty microphone.
Okay. Sometimes people on the ocean get this thing in their lungs. It's hard to get rid of. Might want to
Also not the black.
drink some tea, bleed yourself. You know,
Take some
the normal
tea or
things you
bleed
do.
yourself.
Mordain. Love the chain. What can you tell us about these items?
I think
Mordain?
the,
That seemed like cool.
Mordain, are
Oh,
you here, Mordain?
Oh! He's listening to the Ghost Crew.
Mordain was having
Michael!
Mordain was having an identity
Mordain.
crisis.
don't make me think
Were
of
you
more than
listening to
one identity
Turtlenecks
at a
and
time.
Chains? Then you get a D6 inspiration.
I like I can just read my name right there.
I know.
That Mordain
It's literally right there for you.
Mikael. Oh, Mikael, why you leave me?
Okay, Zafara, can you do me a solid? Repeat that.
Oh, yes. Mordain,
Yes, darling.
could you give us some more information on these items?
They feel really soft on your cheeks.
Hmm?
I feel really good on your cheeks. Just
What
feel this
feel-
sensation, and he just takes the cutlass and just not slices, just
Slices your cheek.
slices.
He just slices your cheek.
Oh, his
Paper
cheek.
cuts your cheek.
He does?
Doesn't it feel great? Cold, the blade.
Oh, don't get Sephora started about that.
Slick, Bungo, Kunlin, leave.
All right, Captain. We'll be outside shooting things.
She's just staring at Mordain. Did you guys leave?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, they left.
Okay, good. Oh,
Question
Yell
is,
up
do you
the
close the
keyboard.
door?
oh,
course.
Mordain.
Oh,
Is that just them two?
I didn't know that you knew the ways of love.
Oh God, no.
Oh, you,
Oh, no.
you know all
And I
ways.
pull out from behind my waist. I pull out 2 daggers.
Sephora, I know the ways of the water, and the water it's everywhere, and it feels great. It
It
teaches
does, doesn't
us.
it?
Oh,
And I just take my knives and slice both of his cheeks.
oh.
So with Bungo and Slick outside the door, like it's got to be the weirdest love ritual you've ever heard. I mean, it's just this dueling masochism going
La la
on.
la la la
inside.
la 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 la.
I mean, I would imagine eventually when they emerge, they're just lacerated with paper cuts like all over their faces and arms.
Cora's hair is all
Yeah.
messed. Yeah.
And for the first time that you've ever heard, Mordain's just like, "Hey guys, how's it going? You doing all right?"
He's not all tense anymore.
So let's say that took, roughly an average
More
of
game 3 minutes, 3.5.
Been a while, hasn't it, buddy?
So Slick and Bungo, as you guys gotta walk away and like you patiently wait. Eventually the door opens and descriptions are what they are. Clearly they had their time together. And Mordain comes out like, kind of just all refreshed and feeling good about himself, and his voice is like an octave lower and he's like more mellow and chill. But all the items are still on the table in the captain's quarters. They're all still sitting there on the table.
I'm gonna shoot something. I need to shoot something.
So you guys watch as Slick grabs the pistol. And do you have rounds that will fit in the pistol, Slick?
Are they normal? Are they normal? Normal.
It looked like your kind of typical revolver rounds that you'd slide into the chambers. There's 4 chambers, each marked with a element of fire, water, earth, and air.
In the air. I don't want in the air.
Okay. You slide a chambered round into that one. What are you aiming at? What are you looking to shoot?
Crackers. Crackers.
It's a dolphin.
Crackers?
Oh yeah, the dolphin. I'm gonna go for the dolphin.
No.
You watch as Slick kind of pulls the pistol, aims it at Crackers, and pulls the trigger. Go ahead and make an attack roll, if you would, Slick.
I love it. Let's
Crackers
blow
is on my
Crackers
shoulder,
up.
so
Yeah, Crackers is like right on his shoulder.
Right on his shoulders. Just feathers.
It's a 24 to
Don't
hit.
miss, he might hit him in the head.
So
Bungo!
as the bullet leaves the chamber and then hits Crackers, there's a thunderous kind of like explosion of air the crackles like thunder. Crackers gets blown back, 10 feet, and looks pretty haggard. We'll just say you weren't trying to do any kind of deathly damage. You were just trying to see what the pistol does. It clearly, when it's chambered on the air chamber, it has some kind of effect of pushing that person backwards.
Try the other barrels on him. Let's see what it does.
Okay, I'll put one in the earth.
Shoot,
Earth,
Ungo.
Crackers
Put one
hide.
in-
Here, let me put this bottle on the railing.
Yeah. Spuggle runs over to a barrel filled with trash, pulls out a bottle, puts it on the railing. At this
Shoot
point,
Slick.
when you can hear Slick down below doing target practice. So now you do the earth one, and as you point at the bottle, Slick, and you pull the trigger, you watch when the round hits the bottle, a giant stone kind of forms and wraps around the bottle, and it kind of leans over the edge of the railing and falls into the water.
Oh, cool. Let's see what is we got left water and
Oh, that would be really bad death.
Yeah,
the
water
would
and
be-
fire
yeah.
is what you have left.
here's water.
Yeah, as you chamber another round.
He does the smile thing and doesn't move. He locks eyes with Sephora and doesn't move his face as his arm slowly goes over the railing down to the dolphin. Bam!
You pull the trigger. As you pull the trigger, the round goes off, and when it impacts the dolphin, you notice that it gets.
I would
What?
have bumped her hand up because shooting a dolphin's bad luck.
So as the round
Where?
goes to shoot the dolphin, it misses, hits the water instead, and you watch as the water freezes, like a 5-foot radius of the water freezes, and then slowly just kind of floats away.
Hang on, you great douches.
And crashes into a dolphin, killing
Shoot
it
dolphins,
instantly.
it's bad luck.
Oh, if you say so.
It crashes into a dolphin.
One more.
Killing
Okay,
it
this one.
instantly.
This one. This is gonna close his eyes and just kind of aim towards anything for the fire one.
Oh, Slick. You
He
murderous
chambers the
bastard.
fire round and he pulls the trigger. An arc of a shot goes up in the air, and then this 20-foot radius of flame up in the air explodes.
Yeah, I like this
That'll
gun.
be good
kind
against
of-
ships.
as it kind of arcs away.
Did it look like a fireball spell?
Hey, this gun.
It did kind of look like a fireball spell.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Slick.
like this gun.
Since you're the only one to have used one of the items at this point, because even though Kunlun technically looked through the item, he didn't actually physically use its magical ability. You use the magical ability of the gun. I need you to pick one thing in your inventory. It's got to be an item.
Okay.
It is now gone.
Ooh.
My 50 feet of rope. No,
Sephora,
my 100 marbles in a bag.
my chalk, my stick of chalk.
Yeah, my stick of chalk. They're lost in a dungeon. I get my stick
I
of chalk.
had a
Ah,
pick. I
oh,
can't
yeah.
find it anymore.
He's gonna lose his dagger. He won't have his dagger anymore.
Whatever
Ooh, nice.
you lose, you'll need desperately in the next 3 games, and be like, you would have lived if only you had your dagger.
Only you had the dagger.
If only you had those marbles in a bag, you would have.
Yeah. Where's my caltrops?
My caltrops. Where's my
You notice your
herbalist?
dagger is now missing.
Hey, who's my dagger? Damn it.
Well, okay. Didn't I try to use the compass?
I mean, you just asked which way it was facing. You
Oh,
didn't
yeah, right.
you didn't really use it for anything. You were just trying to figure out what direction the needle was pointing.
Well,
But I can put the gun in my inventory.
I gave it to Mordain. Here, Mordain. Try this.
and a gift.
You have things to do with magic.
And then I'll try
Your
and-
fingers are very dexterous.
Dexterous.
This is the eye patch, right?
No, the compass.
So I'll try and figure out I'll sit down and use identify with the compass.
The 10 minutes goes by, and as you focus on the compass is tethered to the ship. Whatever direction the ship is going, the compass points in that direction. But as you're looking at the compass, it is a compass of weather prediction.
Okay.
As you're looking at the needle pointed south, even though the needle should be pointing north, it's not. It's pointing south because that's the direction the ship is going. And on the face of the compass, you watch as a glyph lights up for the indication of a storm. The compass is telling you that a small storm will happen in the next 24 hours. And sure enough, you look way off on the dark horizon of the starlight, and you can see the very beginnings of a stormy horizon off in the distance, little flashes of lightning, and obviously you could see the edges of rain as the lightning is kind of cascading through the rain. Mordain, I need you to pick an item out of your inventory, and it is now gone.
He gave it to him, you bastard.
That's right. I need my things.
I had a sickle, and now I don't have a sickle.
The sickle is now gone.
I look to Bungo, and I'm like, you have the best pirates. Go tell the others a storm is coming.
Hey, pirate crew, there's a storm coming.
Aye, we'll prepare. The echoes of the ghostly voices kind of buffeted under the winds that are beginning to pick up. Compass and the pistol so far. Any more daring choices to be made?
Y'all are too play. I can take some more.
Let me look and see what I got.
Mordain, I want to try to commune with the sea as well, but you can definitely use it. But I want to try it if you don't mind.
What are you going to try?
All
Yeah,
can
I catch.
commune with the sea. All should see the depths.
I'll try the
glory.
cutlass.
So Zephora, you take the cutlass, and Bungo, you've got the eye patch again.
Yep, I'm going to lash myself to the railing before I do it.
You guys watch as Bungo, Mordain, you're like standing next
He's
to
very
Bungo
afraid of the water.
because like Mordain,
No, I
you
just
have
don't
like
want to go down.
If Bungo's
Edward.
trying to do that, I'm like,
That's what
you
you
need to
said.
trust the water. It will take care of
I
you.
do. I just don't want to breathe it.
Let
Like-
the water embrace you.
Mordain's got that sick fascination of like Bungo is kind of a friend, but at the same time, Mordain's like, I wonder what's gonna happen when he drowns. Like, is it gonna be cool or is it gonna suck? You know,
It's like my wife. It's like my wife told me. Drowning sucks until you stop squirming around. Because she drowned one time.
I love her.
Well, she gets to make the joke then. I guess that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
She
gets to
did?
make-
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
You stop.
Ooh.
God, that's so dark.
I know.
I really want to reward that for being dark, but it's like it might be a little too dark.
I
D6
hate when I
inspiration.
take like drink a little bit of water and it goes the wrong way. It's just no fun.
D100 inspiration.
Bungo, you put on the eye patch and you're now tethered to the railing, looking down into the water.
And I'm going to hit Wrath of the Sea at the same time.
Zephora cuts the line.
Thank you. Someone cut my tether.
I grab him by the. I go. Oh.
I mean, he's only 2.5 feet tall, so it makes sense.
He does have to crawl up on there.
Yeah. As you look down, Bungo, this is the eye patch of Blackmane. You can see through water crystal clear. You can see all the way through, down to the very bottom, past all of the sea creatures that are in the sea, as if there's no water actually there.
Ooh, weird. We're a flying ship.
Bungo, pick one thing out of your inventory and delete it.
Dagger gone.
My
Zephora, as you now have the cutlass in your hand and you're now that you're holding it, the idea of it being rusted and junk just doesn't
I
make
cut
sense.
Cracker's head off with it. Does it do anything when it tastes the blood?
Like, well, Crackers is fey. It just bursts into energy when it dies.
I know, but it's still fun.
Like Bungo would have set Crackers aside just in case. So once Bungo's like expressing what the eye patch does,
I can see all the way to the wires go.
Yeah, I
And
don't
his
think you'd like it,
head
Mordain.
pops off.
You look, when you look, it's like there's no water.
yeah.
Wow.
But try it out.
Interesting, Bungo.
And then Sephora just kind of like takes the cutlass and just cuts Crackers into half. Sephora, as soon as the cutlass like strikes Crackers, you feel this intense energy burst into the sword, and it's easy to wield. It's fast. It did a little bit more damage than you expected it to do, but there was a pulse of just this intense energy that you got out of the strike of the kill. But you suspect because the creature was magical and fey, maybe it didn't fully absorb. So
I cut Bungo's head off.
This you
No, it's
get a revelation from using the cutlass.
Okay.
The cutlass has life tap, so whenever it strikes someone, you immediately gain 1d4 hit points back from them on top of the damage that you do to the target. You need to pick an item from your inventory.
My
and
short sword.
Yep, it disappears.
Okay. So
Kunlun, there is a ruckus going on below you. You heard the pistol go off a few times. You heard the
cut off
Crackers get killed. Bungo is like tied to the railing down below.
I can see all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, it's like right at that point, the wind kind of dies down a little bit, and the beginnings of rain start kind of pattering down. More of a light rain, a mist, more than anything else. But in the distance, you could hear the thunder. The spyglass next to you suddenly starts glowing a faint outline of white, and the inscription on the leather, Kunlun, begins to slowly glow with energy.
I put this spyglass to my eyes and look around.
Yeah, as you bring it up to your eye and you look, suddenly you're seeing even further away. This is Blackmane's spyglass of alert. As you look through the spyglass, it offers you the alert feat. It also means you cannot be surprised. Off in the distance, you see a winged creature, very kind of long in form, tail, long wings, a serpentine neck, and an almost feline-like face, as a very young black dragon is flying directly towards the ship. It's maybe 5 miles away. I need you to pick something from your inventory and delete it, if you would, please.
I pick a dagger.
Okay. Do you warn the others?
No, yeah, I will.
No.
Not yet.
That'd be funny. No.
No. You guys watch as Kunlun like reaches over the edge of the crow's nest and looks down, points way off in the distance of the storm. You can't see what he's pointing at. The flash of lightning, the clouds, and the rain may be obscuring it. But Kunlun's claiming that 5 miles off the starboard of the ship, in the direction that you guys are heading, a black dragon is currently flying towards the ship.
Alert the crew. Battle stations. Mordain, stay right here with me.
The ghostly crew
My
does
bad.
not respond, as there is no bell to call them to quarters.
Fuck! Ding, 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 ding.
Kunlun tries to speak to the crew, like using his mind from like his.
I use the
attunement
ghostly bell that's there.
I mean, you're aware of their ghostly presence. You could tell that they are doing what they're expected to do as crew would, but they don't seem to be concerned about the threat. They're once
Yes,
again,
you don't need to.
this ship feels incomplete. The pieces of this ship all not only tell a story, but the absence of its captain, the absence of the things that the captain would interact with to call the crew to quarters, it's strange. It also means you have a dragon flying towards you, who's maybe only 5-10 minutes away, and it's just the 5 of you on the ship.
Okay, so Slick's gonna quickly go under where his workshop or whatever he created.
Abandoned ship.
No, we're not abandoning the ship. He
Wait,
created
wait,
Put the
no.
ship,
engine,
put the
he
ship to
created
the
that little,
torch and jump overboard.
machine that draws power from the ethereal plane to get advantage on survival checks. He's going to use that to try and get us out of view of what is coming.
So Slick, as you go down into the lower hold where the workshop is and where the galley and kind of where all the crew's quarters are, you go over to the workbench to gather up your kit and tools that you need to do that.
Well, it's already created. We created it sessions ago.
Right. So you grab it because it's already there. So you just grab it, pull it off your workbench. But as you grab it, you look to the wall to your left, and you remember that's where you pulled the pistol from.
Mhm.
Instead, you see the engraved name of Slick and Sleek on the wall, and today's date.
Oh.
Fuck you, Chef. Fuck you. No.
Not today. Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
He runs upstairs.
And you grab the item and you head back up towards the main deck of the ship. You guys watch as Slick sets this device like in the center of the ship. What does it do, Slick? When do you press a button? Do you pull a cord? Like, what does it look like when you
It's like,
activate it?
it's like a camera on a tripod.
Yeah.
It looks like a little energy generator instead of a camera, and he like pulls the cord and it like sucks in like energy from the ethereal plane, and then it's supposed to give us advantage on survival checks.
Okay.
So
The
it's
magic
like
kind
cool
of
stuff.
begins to boil out of the device. Anybody else do anything to prepare for the arrival of the dragon?
Yeah, would Bungo think that a dragon would just ignore an empty vessel, or would it attack only if it saw people?
Give me a nature check on that one. What you might think its behavior might be.
No, 8.
8. The problem you have with dragons, especially young dragons,
Magic.
they tend to be less magical and more feral. The longer they age and they become adults and eventually, ancient dragons, if they survive long enough, sometimes they get a sense of personality and they get a sense of who and what they are as magical creatures. This was described to you as a very young black dragon that's coming towards you. I would also say you're not sure if to interpret it as a male or female dragon, but it's definitely a young black dragon that's flying. It's a little strange to be out here. It must be flying in between islands. So either it's been flying for a long time and it's on its way to the island that you guys just left to maybe forage or hunt for anything to maintain its ability to keep flying. It's hard to know.
Captain, change course, perpendicular to the dragon's heading.
What's perpendicular?
At a 45-degree angle away.
You mean like away from it?
Like this. Instead of straight,
you know how you
hard right or hard left.
are perpendicular to each other during your little ritual? That's perpendicular.
If you didn't have that cold or whatever you have, I would be turned on right now. But I can barely understand you.
It's like
when I come in the helm to turn, does it turn?
Between your feet, Zephora, there's now like a little wherever like an elder's like a burn mark or something says something. It's like, Zephora, darling, I don't share.
Burn mark between my legs.
on the ship.
What the fuck is happening?
What is that?
Like on the ship, like you're saying, hey, I don't know.
He's flirting with Bungo. You're flirting with Bungo, so Mordain burns his brand into the ship.
Okay. I got him right here already, and he's only been nailed once.
Yeah,
today.
like Sephora holds up her pinky. It's all cut up.
Yeah, right. It's all bloody.
The egg.
Kudlin, what were you saying?
Kudlin
yes,
calls out to
sorry,
Bungo.
the ship is turning. Go ahead, Kudlin.
Kudlin calls out to Bungo to see if he can produce the sound of the bell using like thaumaturgy or something like that.
I cannot. I have to study. I have to prepare spells, and I don't have anything that would do that. I have Thunderwave, but I was thinking a fog cloud might help.
Somebody with some muscle
very
load up
big.
the ballista and the other weapons so we can kill this thing when it comes near us.
Is there a metal like a metal spot that like someone could take their cutlass and kind of be like, ding?
Yeah, but it probably wouldn't sound like a bell, a calling bell, a quarters bell.
I think it's going to be a magical thing. We're going to have to.
Yeah,
that's just
we
my
have to
thinking.
find
Well, that's Sephora's thinking on the whole thing. So maybe that compass can lead us to the bell that we need.
All right, ask the compass what's the safest way to go away from the dragon, or to avoid the dragon.
Hello, computer. Hello. Turn on, computer. Lead me to safety.
Slick, give me a survival check with advantage because you do have your device currently active.
It's only a 15.
I mean, as unsure as Bungo sounded, I mean, there's only 5 of you on the ship. If maybe the trick is to hide, to make the ship look abandoned, maybe the dragon will simply pass on by.
He quickly turns off his machine and puts it back in.
Okay.
Okay,
Probably is a good.
that's it. I'm not going to be a snack today. No, thank you.
And he runs downstairs.
Everybody hide downstairs. If it spits acid on us, I can conjure a whole bunch of water to wash it off.
I'm going to ask my ghost crew. Can you make this look like an abandoned vessel?
Any more than it already is? Sure, Captain.
Yes.
We can do that for you. Captain, you
Luff
got a
the
little.
sails.
Captain, you got a little something on your cheek. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, furl the sails and everybody hide.
You guys watch as the crew collapse the sails. Everyone begins to hide. Everyone give me stealth checks with advantage because you're asking the crew for help.
Guidance on everybody.
What does that do? D4?
D4.
D4, because it is a skill check. That is true.
Except me.
That's a 14.
Natural
14.
1, so no.
You get to reroll.
6,
18.
16.
9.
16, 18. Kunlun, what'd you get? Stealth?
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Stealth. Gesundheit.
Which one?
Stealth.
That's better than nothing.
What'd you get, Kunlun?
13.
13?
Don't forget
do we
your
get
D4s.
guidance?
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
guidance.
Everyone gets
That's
a D4.
D4.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 16 total.
16 total. Nice. 14, 16, 18, 16. What'd you get, Sephora?
17.
Okay. As all of you pick your spot, finding either full cover or the best hiding places you could find. The crew goes about its responsibility of undoing the sails, the ghostly crew. You watch as crates are scattered across the deck. They're doing everything they can to make this look like a derelict vessel. The storm begins to pick up. There's a sense of rain and thunder off in the background. See, the clouds are rolling in closer, and before long, the silhouetted edge of a black dragon begins to slowly circle in and out of the rain clouds. You can see the lightning crashing behind it. It seems to be circling over the ship. And that's where we're going to finish.
I knew it. Damn it.
Well, I knew it. It was either going to be roll initiative.
However, the discovery of Blackmane's curse, you guys are now level 4. So you'll be able to level up before anything happens next week, to say the least. So you guys go ahead and linger. Everyone else out there, thank you so much for hanging out. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game, everybody. Good night.
Have a good night, y'all.